Economic development is said to be successful when its development strategy focuses on improving the skills of the area's workforce, reduces the cost of doing business, and making available the resources businesses need to compete and thrive in today's global economy. And this is how I welcome you to Business Matters, the program that keeps you abreast on everything on business. I am Stephen Ipalibo Lawson. Women entrepreneurs play a critical role in economic development by boosting growth and creating jobs. Nigerian women have been running their own small and medium-scale businesses for generations. Let's take our business update.
On Business Update this week, the giant stride being recorded by the present administration in the state, according to the Director Lagos, has received global attention, adding that the World Bank is proud to be part of the transformation.
See how we can leverage that partnership in helping you, supporting you, achieving your vision for an urban transformation in Lagos.
Governor Akumi Ambadi thanked the World Bank for their partnership over the years, noting that they have contributed immensely to the success of Lagos State, especially in the transportation sector.
We're priding ourselves that we have a BRT system that is working in Lagos presently, that runs from Ikorodu to CMS. But of course, the whole of the infrastructure that was put in place was from the World Bank facility. And also just recently to close that transport project itself. We're willing to also continue to abide by international standards and ensure that whatever it is that we're getting as support, it is used for the common good of every citizen in Lagos.
Alluding to the fact that Lagos was the first state in Nigeria to receive budget support from the World Bank, the governor commended the successful execution of projects, saying that the state has been able to show evidence that the partnership has been very successful.
Free Data Day, the new offer which gives Glo customer free data for a whole day when the voice or data use is threshold within 7 days, which qualifies them to enjoy the Free Data Day. Globacom Zonal Business Coordinator Lagos explained that the offering enables customers on the Glo network to do so much more on the internet by browsing free of charge for a whole day. The offer is open to all prepaid subscribers.
Prerequisite for the free data is 150 naira voice plus 100 naira data consumed, or 250 naira data consumed. So that's basically it. The essence is to reward our customers, the faithful customers.
The company also launched Glo Welcome Back. It gives customers who have not used the Glo network in the last 30 days with free 6,000 naira credit when they recharge their lines. The idea behind the offer, they explained, that is to give each customer sense of belonging.
Those that come back after 30 days, they get free 6,000. Those that simply stay, including those that come back after 30 days, they get free data when they use the 150 or 150 naira on calls and 100 MB data, or 250 naira on calls. And you do it over 7 days. We are not saying do it at once. Don't think any operator in Nigeria will even think of doing that in today's economy. But this is Globacom. We are Nigeria.
Globacom says it is more committed than ever to provide subscribers with the best value for money by making its products and services accessible to its existing and new customers.
Up next, details from the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange.
Women, in spite of not having adequate facilities, still engage themselves in various enterprises such as event planning, property and estate consultancy, jewelry making and fashion consulting. Welcome to our professional segment. Hello. Thank you for joining us on Business Matters. This is the segment I'm so very excited about because here we begin to unveil different kinds of ideas and insights that can help you make your business as successful as it should be. Today we're having a wonderful young woman. She's an entrepreneur in every right, the MD of Nova Roaster Limited by the name Geraldine Itoe. We're going to be discussing the topic, the role of women entrepreneurs in promoting economic development. How are you, Geraldine?
Very well, thank you. Good morning.
It's good to see you. Good morning, as the case might be, or good afternoon, whichever it is. There's still a good in all the greetings that we say. I know for sure that women have become that aspect of the gender you cannot disregard anymore.
Certainly so.
They are, some people will argue, the powerhouse of the new 21st century economic direction. And then we know that their importance is not one thing you're going to basically want to wave your hand over. But then again, looking at the topic, the role of women entrepreneurs in promoting economic development, my first question will be, how important are women in the scheme of economic promotions?
So first of all, I'd like us to understand the fact that women actually do constitute almost half of every population. And that automatically means that that workforce is being considered redundant in most countries today because people don't really give women opportunities to come out there and be who they're supposed to be. So in a situation whereby you have only the men doing what they're doing, you're automatically making your productivity level go down by half. It's like you, let me just point it this way. So it's like you having two legs, and then yet you choose to work on just one leg because you think, okay, you can do it better or faster with just one leg. Or it's like you having a brain and you are saying, oh no, let me only use half of my brain as opposed to using it to full capacity. So my take would be to say that I think we should empower a lot of women because they have a lot to contribute to society and to the economy as well.
Now, it's interesting because you came up with the factor of statistics in terms of the population. And in the world today, we know organizations like the UN Women. We also know that UN Global Compact, a lot of these institutions are making a case for gender equality. And in your own experience, you want to believe that there is a correlation between the campaign for gender equality and the productivity as regards the role of women?
Certainly so. Now, what is gender equality really? From my own understanding, gender equality is simply women saying, give us a voice. You know, we have something to contribute. We also can contribute our own quota to society because a woman, or women as it were, are community builders. They help in fighting against things like prostitution. They help in fighting against things like violence on women. And women have a lot to contribute to society. So I would equally say women also deserve the rights to earn the same wages that their male counterparts earn doing the same kind of jobs. You shouldn't say, oh, because she's a woman, so I think she should earn less. That is what that whole gender parity is about, really. And countries like Singapore, like Korea, and even China recently has taken this to a greater level where they have all of their workforce, men and women inclusive, you know, doing what they should do because they have seen that this really enhances productivity and growth.
Yeah, because people also argue the fact that women's involvement in the corporate processes actually helps to address the issue of diversity, even in the workplace, right?
Certainly.
Okay, because I mean, with diversity, you get a mixture of talent. The pool of talent in terms of your human resources can be quite applicable to enhance productivity. But then, the concern for a lot of people is a sense that even in the business world, women oftentimes want to consider the place of leadership as a demand in the sense that leadership for them can actually help them achieve so much in terms of not just coming into the full sumness of themselves, but also to see that a lot of innovations actually have come from the female gender. So you will argue or agree that a woman in leadership will, as a matter of fact, help to fast track you know, and close this gap that exists right now?
Certainly so. When you think of a woman, what first comes to your mind is multiplication. Women have the power to multiply. They have the power to double whatever it is that you give to them. So I would say yes, women really should occupy positions which put them in power, because when they are in those positions, they empower other women to achieve their dreams to full potential. Now, you never know what it is to walk in the shoes of a woman until you walk through her shoes. So a woman being in power is well established and well versed in knowing the issues, the intricacies of dealing with what she has to deal with as a woman doing business in any economy. So only she can then create policies that would enhance women doing business and succeeding at it. Really.
All right. Geraldine, a lot of people also are concerned with regards to how important women are, especially when it has to do with the domestic economy, the domestic economy being the home. How do you now juggle and maintain a balance if you have to demand for that level of equality in the workplace as the man has? In other words, won't the home front suffer? Because God in his own infinite wisdom has designed the woman for her own purpose, as well as designed the man for his own purpose. So within an economic framework, don't you think that there is an imbalance that can become a major threat?
You see, I think women have special superpowers. That's my take. Because we have the ability to compartmentalize the home front and the business front. Let's look at the likes of Mrs. Alakija, for example, or even an Oprah Winfrey, or even a Hillary Clinton. These are mothers, these are wives, these are women in every right of the word. But yet, these are people who have defied all odds and are known to be quite influential today in the economy. Look at Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. You know, she's somebody, these are women who have done great and have also helped our economy to move from one point to a greater point. Now, by saying this, I mean to say that women are community builders. When they build communities, they build families, because they understand the family units more than a man would. Okay. It's just the way we are.
It's just the way you are.
It's just the way we are built. So really, when a woman is done working and is done doing all that she does, she retires home to her home, where she's a wife and where she's a mother. So you see, when women are creating policies, they create policies that affect the community, which involves men and children by extension.
All right, that is well put, because some of us, we want to mention the fact that you have people like Alakija, who is running an empire, and she's doing quite well. I think one of the richest women in the world today.
Actually.
Then you have Oprah Winfrey, who did excellently well in terms of the media industry. I also remember J.K. Rowling. I think she did the Harry Potter series with just the art of writing. She's created jobs.